Now, my issue is when you don't, I mean, they essentially said we hardly know anything about this, and they've shut down the world based on hardly knowing anything. What do you
No, but what they do know, it'll fucking kill you. Of what they do know, it spreads like a wildfire. What they do know, it's killing fucking people, and they don't have a cure for it. And what they do know is they don't want to overload our existing poorly staffed, poorly functional medical system that we have in our country. That's why we're shutting this down. Because if you get a fucking broken leg, you're going to go. You got to go to the hospital or whatever the fucking situation you find yourself going to the hospital. You find yourself a gunshot wound or a car accident or some other fucking nothing of your control, and you need to wind up on a vent. Guess what? There may not be a fucking vent for you. Now, what they're going on, if a person has a cardiac arrest, you finally come across cardiac arrest in the field. If you do not resuscitate them, don't bring them to the fucking emergency room. That's not the way it is. Typically, you start to resuscitate a person and you start bringing them to the emergency room. Now, it's not that case. That's what they don't want. They don't want to fucking have a kid with a broken leg having to go someplace else. That's why they brought the hospital ships in, because the hospital ships are just simply for both of these. That's the largest hospital in Los Angeles now. Is the hospital ship out of San Pedro. Why? Because they don't. That's where they want to send those patients to, so they're not impacting an already fucked up system. You want to talk about a fucked up system? Our medical system in this country fucking sucks, and all across this country. You know, the people that you really should be worried about is the Native American population throughout the Southwest that have shit for medical care. That if they get a hold of this, they're all gonna fucking die.
We said we know that it spreads like wildfire, but the CDC said themselves. Sorry, the CDC said themselves that they haven't even determined for sure how exactly it's.
Shit, if all the Native Americans die, then who's going to ask me for a change on the street?
I don't think those are Native Americans.
I know this guy. He's got some whiskey.
What are you guys talking about? How come no one's talking over each other like usual?
Because everyone's stunned about how fucking stupid P. Mars is right now.
Hey, Felipe, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab that quote I got from CDC.
I'm wondering why the CDC's telling people to start using masks now when it was all about the medical professionals needing to save it last week. Like, they change the goalpost all the time.
Because the government took over. The government took over the masks.
It's
a feel-good measure.
Government took over the masks.
Oh, they finally declare martial law?
Literally, they took over a shipment of 200 masks going to Germany.
Sure did. They told them to turn that fucking plane around.
It's not about the masks.
It's not?
No.
I hear OG saying you're going to get ventilators, I'm like, we can't even get fucking masks.
Exactly. The richest country in the world, and we don't have fucking PPE. What the fuck? That's the conversation that was being talked about this morning by Governor Cuomo. He's willing to put money in people's fucking pockets to turn garment manufacturing companies into simple companies that make to make gowns. So you go from making Levi's to making Tyvek suits. They'll pay you to fucking turn your shit around. Gloves, masks, simple shit. Not even N95 shit. The simple shit.
I saw this mainstream media segment where they brought an expert in, and he claimed that like during the summer the virus will die because sunlight kills the virus. And he said it was simple physics.
Not the sunlight.
That is a dumb motherfucker.
So I just posted what the CDC said.
And then who's going to go to work?
Yeah,
that's some report from somebody else that says, according to this, this doesn't cite shit.
Yeah, I can't find the source where I got it from because I screenshotted that part.
Dude, I caught somebody fucking sharing a picture yesterday that tried to say that they were opening the wet markets again in China. And all you had to do was right click and fucking Google image search to say, no, motherfucker, that is a wet market in Indonesia in 1997. No, that kind of shit. I mean, I always ask people, man, come on. do some fucking legwork. Verify your sources. Don't be silly. I'm not gonna fucking do the work for you. Do it yourself. This is not something you can't figure out for yourself. But some people, I don't know what their deal is, why they won't do the fucking legwork. I don't know. Maybe they like being fucking stupid. But hey, that's on them.
Well, then go do the legwork. I'm the one who pulled that screen grab out of the entire source. So yeah, there you go. There it is.
According to the CDC, it is not known yet whether weather or temperature can impact the spread of COVID-19. Okay, no shit. So that'd be a no shit type of situation. Right. How would they know that? They've only known this since November. We haven't even had 4 fucking seasons. We haven't even got out of winter yet.
So yeah. the part that I really want to point to here is actually the last sentence, though, where they say there's much more to learn about the transmissibility, severity, and other features. So they really, I mean, to me, that says we don't know shit about it.
Yeah, except that it'll fucking kill you. You're right. They don't, and they'll admit to that. Because until I don't know about that. There's 8 strains that I know about.
RNA, DNA, DNA. I mean, some things do actually overcome the heat and the cold.
Well, you claimed that it spreads like wildfire, but the CDC here is saying we really don't actually know.
How many deaths are there in Somalia?
That's one source. That's just the CDC. That's not the World Health Organization. That's not USAMRIID. That's not other people that are saying other things. That's not what the French say. That's not what the French is saying. That's not what the Italians are saying. Medicine is entitled to people entitled to their different opinions. That's why they get a second and third opinion. You may find doctors or scientists providing contrary information on all sorts of topics. That's why there's different treatment regimens for different things. Like you go to one part of the country, they may put somebody on ice who's having a heart attack. Well, you go to someplace else, they may not do that. So that's just different techniques that different people use. Now, as far as the CDC saying that, there's no citing on that. I don't know the article where that's coming from. And yeah, that was a very benign fucking statement, which is also true.
Well, then do your legwork and go find out where it came from. I'm sure you could probably punch that into Google real quick, see what the CDC says about it.
Yeah, but I don't really want to.
See, people don't want to do the legwork.
No, I don't. I don't. That's not. But that's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing spectacular about that statement. That's no shit. That's like no shit information. So I should go look and see where that statement was generated. Okay, I'll do that.
And I think that's what's so valid about that statement. It is no shit. What it's saying is nobody knows a damn thing for sure about COVID-19. Yet everybody's out there acting like they know how to solve the problem when they don't even. I mean, if they're being honest with themselves, they don't even know what the problem.
But they are doing basic PPE and basic universal precautions, saying, "Hey," but they're also learning that the sputum and spit can travel more than 6 feet away. They're saying now it can go 28 feet away, or this shit lives on outside the human body. They found it on the ships 14 days after the ships were evacuated. Live virus. So it's who knows what they're going to find, and that's what makes it even weird because HIV dies outside the human body in a matter of seconds. And so why is this shit so virulent? Why is this shit so strong? The means of transportation they're saying in New York is because of the handrails in the subways.
But they seem to be making rash decisions about how to prevent it based on a lack of information rather than a plethora of information.
It's better to do something than nothing. The answers that were presented to the president by Dr. Fauci and staff was you do something, you may only lose 200,000 people. You do nothing, you're looking at 2 million people. What do you want to do?
I guess we'll I mean, only time it will tell whether the cure was worse than the disease. I mean, I got no doubt the disease is horrible, but I mean, at what point is the cure worse?
Are you going to get vaccinated?
Are you suffering from it right now? Are you hurting at all from it? Has your economy been affected by it?
Me personally, no. Mine hasn't.
You don't have a cure for COVID. It's a
No, that's not
virus
true.
that goes away. You have a vaccine that may try to prevent it, like the flu.
May or may not.
You don't cure it.
No one's saying that that this virus will ever leave your body. It could be like herpes. There is no cure for herpes.
What I mean by the cure is shutting down the world.
Part of the body. Viruses are part of the earth. Viruses. If it weren't for viruses, this world wouldn't be.
What I meant by cure wasn't an actual physical cure, but the idea of shutting down the entire world, forcefully shutting down businesses.
You mean
See if we buy it.
It was all voluntary. It was all voluntary at first.
What
It was all voluntary.
beneficial
Nobody said by
viruses are
law.
there?
Most of these businesses have not been forced to close. It was they were the one. Some were asked to close, but very few were forced to close. You're right earlier where they say voluntarily complied, but there were some businesses that they said, "Hey, you gotta shut the fuck down," because these other.
Yeah, like
Social Security was
most of them
voluntary.
nowadays are told to close.
Government always starts out saying, "Oh, it's voluntary," just like Social Security.
I'm no argument there.
Or like the income tax.
Completely voluntary.
You don't have any rights left, bruh.
The income tax.
The Constitution has already been burned out. Okay, the Bill of Rights has been destroyed, and it was written by cadavers. Okay, there's exactly.
Felipe, wouldn't you agree when you're trying to manipulate people that the best way to do it is to try to get people to think that it's their idea to do what they're doing, rather than trying to force them?
Absolutely. No, you're right. No, there's no argument there at all. But if that were the case, the president would be singing the fucking same song. That dumb fuck was trying to tell people this shit would be over in a couple of weeks. It'd be like God came around and just poof, it was over. But if it was a grand conspiracy, that dumb motherfucker would be singing the songs, and he's not.
How is it a grand conspiracy when you look in the dictionary and you see the dictionary of a politician is somebody who tells you one thing and then turns around and does the opposite?
I don't think that's a definition for that. What dictionary is that? Dictionary for dumbasses?
Maybe I'm new to this because I don't watch a lot of mainstream media, but does the president ever have a say in anything? Isn't he just a talking head?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, he's a commander in chief. He has the power of the pen. He can do many things by executive action, like was done today. In the last couple of days, he's ordered by executive action industries to fucking stop manufacturing cars and start manufacturing fucking ventilators. He has
right.
Power.
I get that, but isn't it sort of, somebody else is actually telling him what to do, and if he tries to do what he thinks should be done, then he gets JFK'd, right?
No, I think he's singing the songs that if JFK had been singing, he wouldn't have gotten killed. This guy plays those fucking games. There's nothing contrary about this guy.
Got it, right on.
Chipheads.
JFK was going to do something completely different. He was going to end war. He understood the problems with war. He was a father. He'd been a victim of violence as far as PT 109 and that story there, and watching his fellow sailors fucking die horrible deaths that and that has an effect on people. And as a result of that, he saw the dysfunctional of the military-industrial complex about the war profits and how many people got wealthy off this and how many people were getting wealthy off Vietnam. And that's come on. All you gotta do is pick one of those topics, and you can find the real reason behind why they were there.
What we have now is a marionette.
I just think he's a chucklehead.
Yeah, I love it when he goes off the mainstream speech.
Yeah, but which president hasn't been a marionette? And how long?
Kennedy, and he caught a bullet for it.
Well, you're right. He might have been one of the last real.
According to people that were offered the job, they were very upset when he was killed because they felt that he was their last chance.
He was the Bernie Sanders.
Yep, pretty much.
And then we're all just fighting against each other, and here.
Not Sanders supporters. Sanders supporters aren't fighting against each other. They understand the great need.
Against...
They understand the great need.
Absolutely. I do.
They see through the bullshit. They know who's talking shit to him. They know that what he says is unpopular because he's going against the insurance companies. He's going against the people that line their pockets as profit over people. He hasn't changed his tune in 40 fucking years. He got his head caved in for marching along with civil rights activists. No, he's a good man.
Dude, he absolutely is.
Establishment. What are you talking about?
Bernie Sanders is not an establishment politician. P. Mars.
Oh my
Give me a.
That's a joke, right?
That's what they want. They want.
He's like literally like half of the Democratic.
Because he's going against the insurance companies. He's going
He ain't
against the people that
transgender or
line their
voting for
books.
Bernie Sanders. He ain't cool.
He's like half of the Democratic votes. Pretty obvious. He's mainstream.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the
never
guy's a
elect
fucking
him.
millionaire, right? Who's a fucking mainstream congressman running for the presidency, well, the presidential prime.
He's an extremist, but he's pushing the idea
How's
of
he?
the World War I.
Yeah, how's he not mainstream though? You know, that would be the real question. As much media attention the guy has, as much money as he has, as long as
He's a career politician. Though.
Yeah,
He's
career
as
politician.
mainstream as you
Exactly.
get.
Exactly.
They trick
Like,
you to make.
What makes him a career politician? His time in service as a mayor and a governor.
Has he ever had a job other than being a congressman? Other than maybe community volunteer work?
He's not a congress.
Job?
He's not a
He's
congressman.
a senator. He's a senator, and that is
He was a mayor.
job. And that is a job. All those other jobs, they may not be jobs where you make something. But it's a
Yeah,
job.
those are all political jobs. They're all politicians.
So, fucking
therefore,
hey, go ahead. No one's keeping you from those fucking jobs.
Hey,
So,
buddy, so don't
he
question
hasn't
how
changed.
is he a career politician then? That's kind of really the
No,
point.
I'm just saying. I wanted to I wanted to clarify what your definition of the word fucking career politician is. I mean, I hear people using all kinds of fucking terms. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I want to understand the words you're using. Is that wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, but then don't sit there and prove me right.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I want to understand what the fuck you were saying, asshole.
Just govern yourself.
Well, you just, I don't know, you seem
what you like to
antagonistic.
do.
I thought you were being
No, I'm
antagonistic.
not. No, I wasn't being antagonistic. I wanted to understand what the fuck you were talking about. How the fuck am I understanding what you're
Felipe.
talking about if you don't?
What's your relationship like with your mother?
What's your relationship like with your mother?
Can you guys go take that downstairs, please?
I'll tell you what my relationship is like with his mother.
Non-existent, obviously. Answer your question.
Let's talk about the Mother Russia.
I just wanted to throw some shit at the wall so we can go back to regular conversation.
Eat the goalpost again.
Shut up, retard! Shit.
Did I kill it?
Killed it. You made sense. That kills the chat.
Can't handle the truth.
I don't think they're gonna take our guns.
They're not gonna do any of that.
We're gonna take all your guns, donkey.
I think they're going after.
Especially your guns first.
I mean, how could they possibly take our guns?
They're going after the First Amendment.
I don't either.
That's what they all say. That's what everybody says until they get raided.
All of my guns were lost in a boating accident. It's actually a matter of
Massive
public
gun.
record.
Yup.
Massive
Listen,
They'll ask you
bitches,
to
I'm being
voluntarily turn them in
for
first.
real. I've got bear spray. I've got a bunch of fucking
Yeah,
mace,
okay.
and I've got
So,
big
like,
knives.
These mass shootings are actually using to go after the First Amendment, the freedom of the press, because they're trying to like push this narrative that the gunman's name shouldn't be released by the press, and like
Copy that. She's got bears.
building up support for that shit. I think it's an
Copy
attack on the
that.
First Amendment. Not, but everyone's like focused on the Second Amendment. I don't think
Copy that. Copy that, Kevin. That's because of you. I bought it, by the way.
I have a big gun.
I
Paige,
want
you're
a
gonna
big
die
gun.
from Corona if your immune system is compromised.
Listen, I'm not gonna fucking die. My children are not gonna get sick. I will fucking kill you all before you try to take mine. Do you understand?
Just don't
Blah
get
blah
vaccinated.
blah. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Spit on me?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean,
Are you gonna get
it sounds
vaccinated,
ridiculous.
Paige?
Am I oxygenated?
Are you gonna take the vaccine for Corona?
No.
Do you want to be
Is there
oxygenated?
any
Good on
chance
you.
we can let the adults talk again, or is this a paid show?
I also have an oxygen machine, so
Yeah,
there
yeah,
you go.
Paige, you've been
Do you
drinking
want to be
I
clearly
have
a
a
lot. You
hyperbaric
know, I'm sure
chamber
we
if
could
anyone wants to
spend.
lease it for an hour. It's $25 an hour.
I'm
Alright,
sure we
here
could
we
spend
go.
better time than listening to all of your problems. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Fine, go ahead.
Jesus told me to get rid of all my guns, so I took them and turned them in at the police.
I didn't tell you to get rid of your guns, son. What the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking
you did,
about?
Lucifer.
Bullshit. I never told you to get rid of your guns. I
Jesus,
told you to buy more guns, son.
Sorry, Jesus.
don't believe
How
in
many
hippies.
times?
Still, Jesus would kick ass.
I forgive you. Jesus brings a strong pimp in. Don't
Jesus
doubt
took a
that.
whip to the money changers.
Belt of righteousness.
You can talk about me. I have thick skin.
Put that armor on.
Jesus was down with violence towards tyranny.
Paige, you want to talk about big guns?
Flip the
No,
tables.
because Jesus was the sword.
Wait. I heard my name, Alt.
Paige, do you want
yeah,
to talk about big guns?
sure.
Shush your face.
Okay, Alt, what do you want to talk about? Big gun.
No, I was asking you if you wanted to talk about big
This
guns.
isn't like if you want
I don't
attention
know.
about the guns. This is like, do you have information about gun rights that pertain to everybody? Do you have things that wisdom you'd like to bless us with? That's what he's asking. Not if you want attention and you heard the word gun and you want attention. That's not what he was meant, okay?
No, donkey, you asshole. I heard my fucking name. So don't
I
try
heard my
to
name and I
twist it
wanted
as
attention.
if
I
I'm
know that's
searching
kind of
for
what I
attention.
was setting you up so you were avoiding that.
Where's Sergeant
Wait,
at? He's the
what?
one who said he was going to kill cops with his guns. Where'd he?
Sorry, it's
He
late.
said he was going to kill cops with his gun. Sarge
Well, that
said that.
nigga got locked up real quick, evidently, huh?
Yeah, Sergeant Shadow said that when the cops come for his guns, he's going to.
Yeah, what was that? In reference to gun confiscation, I believe.
What a dum-dum.
So, do you really think the cops are going to come confiscate guns?
Well, he's in New
No.
Orleans, and they already did it out there. So, I mean, are they going to?
Oh,
Kind
they
of irrelevant.
confiscated guns in New Orleans?
Post Katrina, yes. Police door to door with National Guard, confiscating all firearms, and you got video of the governor, or I'm sorry, the chief of police saying nobody's going to be able to be armed. Nobody will be able to.
They're doing it for your safety.
Yeah, there was a shootout on the bridge, I think, where 8 or 9 people were killed by the police. Yeah, that happened. But it wasn't the federal government telling them to do that. It was state and local government doing that.
Local police and what are they? National Guard, or I'm sorry, not National Guard. It was the state.
Well, no, they had martial law for it. Only lasted a few days, and the National Guard and the military wouldn't take part in it, so the police did. I know what you're talking about.
They had people from the New Orleans Police Department that were leaving their jobs, and it didn't show up. They
gave
quit.
The guns back.
No, there's people to this day who still haven't gotten their guns back. You know that. Because it was such a clusterfuck that they were confiscating stuff and they weren't even logging it properly. But the point is, cops do confiscate guns. They've done it in the past. They'll do it again in the future. And Sergeant said, when they come for my guns, I'm going to shoot them. That's all I'm saying.
Good luck, Sarge.
I'll ask him about it when he comes back in.
Oh, he'll lose his shit.
I'm going to say, James said that you're a pussy because you won't shoot a cop if they come to get your gun.
No, here's the thing. All right, we can all have guns. We can
You know, I'm just playing with you,
stockpile
James.
guns. We can pretend like when the government comes for us, that somehow we have a fighting fucking chance. But you all fucking realize it's futile. Okay? You get that, right?
Paige, would you like to see my gun collection?
Yes.
Well, I think that goes back to what Felipe was talking about earlier when, we were talking about quarantining and forcing people to stay in their homes, and the government just doesn't actually have the manpower to do it between all of the police and all the military. I believe that they're able to do it, though, because people voluntarily comply, and so the force just isn't necessary. But that if people did stand up, there's no way in hell the government could do what they want.
Right, that's what
All right.
happened. How it happened
Okay.
in Ferguson in 2014 is they had people they had people on the ground listening to what was going on. They were listening to social media. They knew something was going to happen, but they actually had fucking agent provocateurs there, fucking stirring shit up. And that's where Joe Biggs and another guy found a cache of Molotov cocktails. And when they pointed out to the cops, like, hey, don't worry about that shit. No, they were prepared for a level of insurrection that didn't happen. That they mobilized a bunch of people, so it didn't happen because the people on the street got word that fuck, these assholes are going to fucking shoot us. We're going to give them a reason to shoot us if we do something wrong. The places that were getting burned down, they weren't being burned down by fucking people who live there. There's a whole secondary narrative. They have an agenda to show that, hey, they had to kill that kid. There's a bad people that live in this neighborhood. That's not what happened. Darren Wilson was looking for a fucking gun. He rode around in his little Tahoe with his fucking sidearm on his waist, not in his holster, but sitting in his lap. Only people who do that are looking for a fucking shootout.
Yeah, I don't know, but the point is, we can all sit here and say, "Oh, the Second Amendment gives me a right to have a gun, right? I can have all these guns to protect me against the government." But in reality, I mean, you're never gonna fucking win in this situation.
Nope.
How's that? Why do you say that? I mean, just
Oh, how's that?
You ever seen Waco? You
no,
saw what happened there,
validate
right?
your
I mean,
argument. I just want to
seriously,
know.
Cazal has 10
Ruby
guns.
Ridge, Waco.
No, I'm just asking to validate the argument. That's all.
Well,
Yeah, but
it's never happened. How about that?
Well, it's
those,
not. I don't know if we're talking about a isolated incident like
Well,
Waco
okay,
or Ruby Ridge,
let's just
or are we
talk
talking about a
about our
national?
current
Because keep
government.
in mind, the reason the Japanese didn't invade the homeland was because every man and woman had a gun. They even said that. So, are we talking about an isolated incident or a national occurrence?
Also, lack of oil. Lack of oil was another factor there. They did not
Well, it
have
was
the
mainly because the
fuel.
guns. Their prime minister said
It's
it was
always
because
a
the
Well, no,
gun.
there was their chief. There was chief of their navy who said that because he was educated in the United States. That brought it back and said, no, there's a rifle behind every blade of grass. But the thing is, they couldn't logistically do that.
the
They
reason the
also
Are
government
we talking about isolated like Waco or Ruby Ridge, or are we talking about a national occurrence?
right.
Because I think what everyone's talking about in here and what they go to when they say taking the guns is a national occurrence.
But that's why they do it systematically, right? Because you're right. When the government is picking fights with Ruby Ridge, I believe it was less than a dozen people, if that. In Waco, it was less than 100 people. If they're going in with their armies and picking off a few people at a time, of course you'll never win. But if
Well,
enough people at once were to
no,
stand
I'm
against,
saying if it will never come
Oh,
down at a
really,
national
James?
level. No, it
Like,
won't. It will never in our lifetime. I don't think you'll never see it at the national level. You may see small instances like that, but
right?
people would pick up arms at a national level, and they would never do that. The government would not do that.
all right. So if you're
No,
talking about,
there's not,
hey,
there's
let's.
not, and there's not a underlying support within the military or in law enforcement of people willing to do that either.
What about the UN?
They don't have the fucking where or the manpower or the people to do it either.
The UN doesn't have the wherewithal or manpower to do it? I don't know.
No, man.
No, fucking no
No.
way.
Get out of
All
here
right,
with that. No.
so then we're talking about the United States government currently, right? We're talking about all the shit we've allowed them to have. We're talking about the fact that they have power.
I mean, do you know how any of this fucking works, or are you just like asking questions? I mean, there's answers to these questions, but they're very simple answers. The United Nations has no control in the United States. The United States basically funds the United Nations.
Right, but Donkey, you said something about authority, but you know as well as any that authority comes from having the biggest stick. Like anything that's written on paper is complete bullshit when it comes.
Right, the Chinese have no authority here unless they were here with a bunch of guns, and then they'd have authority. Sure, I respect that.
Yeah, and it kind of beats the purpose when you tell the stick to hit somebody and the stick hits you.
Wow. Fire marshal in New York's deploying their fire marshals to New York City.
All these first responders are in so much trouble.
He's going to be there at the Javits Center, where they turn it into a hospital.
They're asking for retired nurses, doctors, cops, firefighters. Like, not only is it going to get all the young ones, all the old ones are coming out of retirement to get it too.
Not this one.
Not this one either.
Another one bites the dust.
Is Bart still alive?
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's our only hope.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Bart.
I was just wondering if the COVID took you yet.
Bart, we're live streaming. Please get in here.
No, it's ending now.
No, I'm live streaming.
Oh, you live stream? Sorry.
You're
Sorry.
live
Yeah,
streaming where?
you guys are some boring ass trolls.
Come on,
so I'm not
brother.
really interested
On
in
his channel.
dealing with you guys. When you guys learn
Bart.
and go back to the safe
Bart, are
space
we going
and
to
then
talk
get
about
some
learning
new
again?
material.
I thought we
When you get
discussed
some
this
new
earlier
material,
about
I'll
learning.
join the live stream.
Bart, you want to
But
talk
I'm
about learning?
Good luck. That's
extremely,
never gonna happen. But
extremely
Do you
bored
want to talk about school
with
and
all
learning
of
again,
you.
Bart?
Okay,
We talked
so
about this earlier,
thank you
son.
very much.
Go take a shot of testosterone. It'll be better tomorrow.
I just gotta say, Alt, I just want to ask a question really quick before I.
What's the matter? He touching on the estrogen again?
Yeah, he needs to take some testosterone. It'll be better tomorrow.
I just want to know how much of a man do you feel like
Up
when you
the
meds? When you fuck a midget?
I would double
You
the.
fuck a midget
I would
because you
double
think
the
your dick
anxiety
looks bigger
meds
than what it
and
is,
go up about
but it
10
really isn't, dude.
mcgs on the
Bart,
Just
I
test,
do
because
that.
and your voice will even sound
We
better.
tell
Tomorrow.
Bart
So
to
if you go
come
up
in,
10
and that's all he's got,
mcgs,
midget jokes. Oh, that's great. Bart,
midget
you are
midget
tired.
jokes.
You really are tired.
Bart,
Bart,
take
I totally
10
do.
mcgs of tests and double your anxiety medicine, and I
I mean,
promise
he
you'll
keeps
feel
he
like a
keeps
brand new man.
defer.
Well, you gotta have
And
10
I don't.
I
units.
get
And I honestly
I
think
get
that
it.
you will not succumb
It's
to the
cool.
COVID tonight. I think you'll still be with us tomorrow to spend all day and all evening.
That COVID got to your head, Bart. It's really fucking you up.
Oh my god.
No, seriously, I don't think
Oh
you'll
my
succumb to it tonight. I think you'll still be with us tomorrow
dude.
for the entertainment.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we're
Yes,
already into tomorrow.
it's the
Good
entertainment.
night, guys.
Bart, what's your blood?
Yeah, we're already into tomorrow. It's 23 minutes after
His blood
midnight.
type is
Well,
COVID positive.
Well, I heard
well,
that certain blood types fight off COVID-19 better than
the East Coasters are into tomorrow. The Central Time is not. The Mountain Time and the Pacific Time is not. But yes, you're correct for the Eastern Daylight Time. Now that the days are extended, yes, sir, you're correct.
And all our Australian and UK viewers.
Well, see, that doesn't count, and I'm not even including our Canadian fellows in this, but they are in the same time zone.
We usually don't include them in much.
Well, I do at times. It just depends. You know, if they're being douchey, probably not. Horace is behaving, so you know I think Horace is in Central or Mountain. I'm not sure.
What is COVID?
OG2, were you at Leon Valley when Felipe and Hemming claimed to be at Leon Valley?
Yeah, he was there with his dad.
My bad, Felipe and James.
Yeah, he was there. So was Philip Turner.
All the big names. I guess we're not going to get OG to bite. He's probably sleeping.
He's probably fucking.
I don't know who he's fucking though, because I'm with his wife.
Damn, he's just babysitting then. They're like, James,
That was fucked up.
come do this threesome thing. James is like, no, but I'll take your wife.
That's fucked up. He's not even here to defend himself.
I feel bad now.
I feel bad
He's in the
now.
chat. It was fair.
Can we move on?
So, what do you want to talk about? We'll move on. I'll indulge you.
Well, let's talk about COVID.
No, see, we talked about that for a month now. Let's move on to something with substance. Let's talk about something with substance.
Are you gonna take the vaccine? Or are you gonna get your
No,
first
see, you're trying to deflect. I said, let's talk about something with substance.
Yeah.
There is no
What is
vaccine.
the position that
What
makes
is
you feel more masculine when you're
what
fucking
is
a midget?
what is substance? You mean substance?
Substance. Substance.
Bart, have you ever had a
Substance.
midget grab your dick? It looks huge.
Substance nuts. Pay attention. Substance nuts.
That was horrible.
Yeah, I got a lot of good ones.
Substance. D's nuts. 2 Z's.
Where's coat hanger? We could do some Discord sex for you.
He would like that, I'm sure.
OG banged his wife out the other day on the mic.
I'm fucking horny as fuck.
See what happens when you start talking about that kind of perversion, and then Paige speaks up.
See what happens when pervert.
Yeah, but for me and coat hanger, it's gay sex. It's butt stuff.
That's disgusting.
Freaking love gay James.
If coat hanger doesn't show up pretty soon, though, I'm gonna have to take care of this thing myself.
I hope you're not out of toilet paper.
Coat hanger's been a little weak today, James. I've kind of been disappointed in his game today. He tried earlier, but Archer put a halt on that shit really quick.
I'll tell you what, for a homophobe, he takes it really well.
Oh, he takes it all the way down to D's nuts. Very well. And he is a homophobe. You should have heard it the other night. Everything he said, it was just like, he just kept digging the hole deeper.
Oh, I know. That's why I went so gay James on him. I'm obsessed with him now. Ever since the first time I penetrated him, I can't get enough.
Don't waste that. Wait till he's in.
Just go over to your hutch and keep practicing, you faggot.
If you keep talking like that, Bart's going to come back in. Seriously.
Just do it till get Felipe. That's all we need.
I may be gay, but there's no way I'm fucking Felipe.
No, it's not gay if it's a three-way. At least Saturday Night Live said.
Oh my god, I was laughing. Is Bart here? Oh, well, I'll have to tell him in text. It just seems they'd be better off telling us the truth, you know? But they're so blatantly going to hide everything that it's just going to piss people off.
The truth is hidden, but the truth will set you free.
It don't have to save you, but just lying is going to hurt them because in the end, when this is real bad and they're going to look for someone to blame, you know, they could have just told us the truth, is what everybody's going to come to the conclusion of.
Oh, that's brilliant.
They don't want to hear the truth, bro.
Yeah, that's what they're sitting behind the desk. They're saying we can't handle the truth. I know, I understand all that, and it'll cause chaos and all that. But in the end, that's not what's going to lynch them.
People want to be lied to. They want to be told fucking all kinds of great stories.
5G is going to lynch him. But I'll lose my head before I take that vaccine.
It's really the 10G. It's not the 5G. It's the 10G.
Well, it's all growing
It's the
exponentially, and everything's mutating. So, you know, Jesus
It's the
is probably
1000G.
already here.
It's the 1000G.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one G.
Hey, Bart just brought up a good point. He's healed before the apex. Who thinks it'd be better to just get COVID-19 today when there's still
Amen. That's what Bill Gates does not want. He doesn't want people to become naturally immune to it. He wants everyone to get the vaccine.
What the fuck?
She probably doesn't even know what the G stands for.
What the fuck, Bill?
It stands for glucose, okay?
Bill Gates.
Wrong.
It stands for traveling. What's going to happen? And light. Can I go now?
Yes, please do.
You were never invited, but
Don't leave.
be gone with yourself.
May I be excused?
Be
No.
gone. I banish you.
Where you go?
There is no excuse.
Nowhere.
Good night.
And nothing. Good night.
Good night,
Rest
Kim.
in-
Sweet dreams.
Good night, Kim.
So what about the drain on the economy this is going to cause from OG and OG type people that are going to suck the money out of the system? Just every last penny, every dollar they can get in any way possible. And they don't care. They don't give a fuck. It's bleed it dry time.
Sucked all the money out of the system. I sucked all the money out of the system already. I'm redistributing the wealth.
It's not
You
that
said
way.
suck.
Throw me a
All the big corporations are going to get all the money.
message back, dude.
It's not even about money. It's about power and who owns more.
Donkey, that's why.
Economics. I'm giving it all to the corporations, and it's going to all eventually work out in the end.
That's why if I were the voting type, I'd vote for Bernie because I think he could collapse this son of a bitch quicker than.
That's what I'm saying, and every time I tell people let's burn it down, that's what I mean.
Feel the burn.
See, you're playing into the wrong system. You're fighting the wrong war. When the flesh-eating pterodactyls swoop in, we'll realize. We'll realize these things.
But I gotta say, Trump is giving him a run for his money, man.
Would that be an origami pterodactyl?
Well, you can make that with your money and throw it out the window, and flow
Alright,
it
so
the way the wind blows. It really
fuck the
doesn't
wind. Shut
matter
up.
because it's all
If
controlled.
if Bernie even has a
controlled
chance, or let's say Bernie gets elected in November, do you think with the power Trump's got, he's not letting go?
I mean, I think Trump is enough of a commie that he can burn it down quicker than Bernie, honestly. Very likely.
Right, but during this emergency time and all, I think national declarations, we're just going to have to keep Trump in until it's all settled, don't you think?
Yeah, that's how the rules work, right? You can't have an election during a state of emergency.
Yeah, he who writes the rules makes it work. I think that's how it works, yeah. Yeah, Randane, we're live on YouTube. If you say more than 3 words, I'm going to lower your volume probably all the way down, though. Nobody wants to hear you right now.
Did Sarge's son
Did Sarge's son come in?
Sarge's boys in the house.
Sarge's daddy?
Must be an early night in the clubs out in LA.
Yeah, we did a Maury DNA test the other day, and Sarge is his daddy.
Wow.
No, donkey. Remember the woodshed?
All right, what was I remembering?
No, remember the woodshed? I think we established Sarge was a
Oh yeah,
stepfather.
behind the woodshed. Yeah, no, let's not go there right now.
Okay, we'll save that for a
If
minute.
he pipes up, we'll talk about the woodshed. Just brutally putting somebody in their place like that there's no call for that, though. You know what I'm saying? That's like using the pimp hand.
Hey, what's good? What's good?
I didn't want to go right
Shut
to the
up,
pimp
too.
hand. What's up, Randy, my brother?
I'm straight, just chilling, just
You
chilling.
straight, brother?
Donkey live, so I'm gonna give him a little respect, cause when people live on YouTube, I give YouTube respect. Don't get it fucked up now, bro.
Nah,
Not
that's
because of you,
good.
bro. Not because of you. Just
Nah,
because
I
of
respect you
YouTube.
being
I
tight like
appreciate
that.
it too, Randane. So what
That's
we're talking about mostly has been the government and the reaction to the coronavirus. What have you noticed in Los Angeles? Do you notice the cops doing anything weird, or is it just gang runs amok as usual?
Nah, the cops be coming up and everywhere. Be like, get in and stuff. And if we don't get in or move, we gonna get locked up. That's just
Are
how
they
it
telling
is.
you to get in the house for real?
Yeah.
Now, what about as far as like the gangs going? Are they slowing down too, or are they bumping up? Is it the same? Where we at? Are drugs hitting the streets, or are people just not doing drugs?
People just not doing drugs no more. People not doing drugs.
So
So nobody's
That
the
just hurt.
so nobody's banging or anything. They just kind of
what I'm
chilling.
hearing though is that the drug dealer is going to need a stimulus check too. This is hard times.
Nah, we got this. Everybody gonna stay in. No one not gonna do no drugs, none of that.
They're not gonna
No
let you
more,
go to the
cause
club tonight.
Corona. What?
The club's closed. All the clubs closed.
The
You know
club
what?
closed. Earlier, I was talking about. Earlier, I was talking about Quavo party. That's what I meant by the
Oh,
club. But
private party. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I
that's
thought
what
you
I
meant.
meant.
Yeah, you was balling with the privates. Yeah, I got you.
What if you
Yeah.
started selling the cure to COVID? What if you had the hydroxychloroquine? You'd be slinging that on the street by the dozen.
I have
Actually,
some
people
if
don't
you want.
believe people. The only way you can sling that by a dozen if you have your name up there in the street, just like my brother, people like that.
So only the
Right? Yeah,
high
you gotta have your
level
name up there.
dealers, the big dogs, are got the hydroxychloroquine.
Yes, sir.
Scarlett has some.
I do.
You can put it on eBay, Scarlett.
So you're actually seeing this on the streets of LA. People are selling the cure to COVID, like not common day, high level drug dealers are selling the cure to COVID on the streets of LA.
Nah, bro, I don't know what you talking about. Something like you
No,
try
no,
to
no, no, no,
set
no.
me
This
up
is
or
I'm just
something.
taking this from a journalistic aspect, one piece at a time. I'm taking the information that I'm getting, and I respect you, and you're respecting me, so I appreciate that.
There's a video in there that's put
That's
in
fair.
there that's from LA, what they're doing.
We gotta say in, not every part of the LA. We gotta say in.
I didn't know what side you was representing.
That was from a birthday party over the weekend.
Oh, me? I ain't representing no side, bro. I ain't representing no side, bro. I'm doing my own thing, making my own money
Yeah,
on
that's
mine.
proper social distancing, isn't it?
So if you're in a group of 9 people and somebody's breaking the law, the cops can't show up then because then they'd be over the maximum limit.
Repeat that.
But they're sovereign citizens. The rules don't apply to them.
Well,
No, if you get 9 people there and one cop shows up, you're fine. You just gotta tell him he can't call for backup because then they'd be out of the limit.
No, they're sovereign citizens. The rules don't apply to them.
We were talking about doing that in Tucson when we went out to record the COVID testing site. I think there was like 8 of us, and we said, well, at least they can't send too many cops because we'll be over.
You see, those cops got no PPE on either. Like, they're all shoulder to shoulder with their teammates, and none of them got gloves or masks on. I mean, how are they not expecting to have every?
They're dropping dead, dude. Two dropped dead today. Not for that fucking incident, but 2 Riverside County cops
Right,
dropped
and
dead
honestly,
from
how do they
COVID
not
today.
expect to have 100% exposure within the police force and the fire departments?
Then they also had like 10 or 12 guys or gals or personnel from the sheriff's department that were told to stay home, and they're not going to draw a check now. The county told them, no, you can't confirm that you got that on the job or off the job. So what the fuck, what are you trying to do? If you didn't do an exposure report, you got to document your content.
Oh, that's convenient.
That's why they have exposure reports for them.
That's fucking convenient.
If I get
It's
pulled
not,
over,
it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon. If you
What
get
was that?
an infectious disease on the job in emergency services, if you do not do an exposure report, you have very little way to document the incident occurring.
James, what were you trying to say?
if I get pulled over, not to be a tough guy or anything, but I'm really not rolling down my window.
Oh no, not happening. Not in this day
No,
and age.
no sob sit stuff, but I ain't rolling down my window.
Did you see Jeff Gray do the silent audit?
I haven't seen anybody getting
Did you
pulled
see the
over.
silent or not audit? It was a checkpoint for COVID.
James Gray.
Yeah, James Gray. Oh, Jeff
Jeff
Gray. I'm
Gray.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Jeff. Yeah, that one I sent to you where he rolled through in Florida, the truck stop.
Yeah, COVID stop. They want to ask where he's coming from. They don't want people from certain states going certain places, and he doesn't roll down his window. He doesn't say a word to them. They send him to secondary. He doesn't roll down his window. He doesn't say a word, and they send him on his way. Like about that much time.
Yeah, I don't think contact is necessary if cops are going to continue to do this unnecessary stuff of pulling people over for speeding, not using their turn signals. You want to give a ticket, just throw it on the windshield and, I'll grab it in a few hours.
This is north. This looks like northbound going out of Jacksonville.
I mean, police are going to be the most exposed people. I mean, college kids, bums, homeless people, and the cops. Stay away from all of them like the fucking
This
plague.
southbound.
I wouldn't touch it.
Is this the plague?
I wouldn't touch.
Is
I
this
wouldn't
the
touch
plague,
a cop
really?
with ISP's dick right now.
Are 33% of the population gonna die? I mean, come on, man.
Does it take 33% to make it a plague?
The plague, as it's the colloquial understanding, the historical term.
Micro
the
Dinky,
plague,
what's
the
up,
bubonic
bro?
plague, killed 1 out of 3 people in Europe. So
Let's
yeah,
go, motherfucker. That's my dog right there. Let's go. Let's go.
that's right, that's right, that's right.
Let's go, nigga. Let's go. You know how to fuck. ISP, Oh, Michael Dinky, what's good?
What's
Randang.
what's good? What's good?
Randang, we're still live on
It's
YouTube,
okay.
bro.
I lowered Randane's volume all the way down. Nobody's gonna hear him.
You're bad.
What's the YouTube channel?
Glad you're back, ISP.
Well, hey, I mean, it's exciting to be here, and thank you for the invite. I mean, I heard all sorts of wonderful things were going on here, and some real truth. Some real exploration of truth.
You can sugarcoat it. Just don't tell me you were looking for an intelligent conversation. I won't believe you.
No, intelligibility is not something I would expect from here.
Well, the truth doesn't change.
That's right. You're a
Let
bunch
me
of
tell
fucking
you.
godless atheists,
Someone asked for
moral
intelligent
relativists.
conversation.
Pukes! That's right.
May
I
I?
said it. You heard it.
Talking to Grizzly.
Let's take.
Oh, this guy. I heard him preaching the other day.
Yep.
Go, dude.
Is this Batman?
You're stealing Grizzly's troll now, ISP?
What? Is that a
Who's
troll?
Grizzly?
Yeah.
Moral relativism
No, I said who is
as a
Grizzly? Not
descriptor
yet.
is something that I stole from somebody?
Obviously.
To be godless and to be atheistic,
Yeah,
to be
what?
technocratic, materialistic,
You're trying to do Grizzly.
scientists, that science, the god of science.
What's
That's a troll that was
Grizzly
given to
Bear?
me, and I barely understand
Grizzly
it. I
Adams?
didn't come to it myself.
Magic is no different than science.
Who's this
Grizzly
motherfucker?
Gorilla.
And
My
the greatest
God, how many
artist.
fucking record bots can a fucking place have?
Do you remember that?
I thought you don't like being recorded.
Grizzly Adams show.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, man. I don't care if I live or die. I just want to tell the truth, right? I'm sure you're all about that too. But,
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
I have been lying to y'all for a long time.
Nice.
He said he's been lying to us for a long time.
Who is the Jewish overtalker?
In the not to distant future between Sunday AD.
Why isn't Winky through?
I can't hear Michael. Is he trying to talk?
Yeah, I don't hear Mike.
I think so, right? I can't hear Winky. I don't know.
I pissed Michael off. That's why he not talking no more.
Yo, you fired his
What
ass
happened to
up.
ISP?
Yo, have you been to JIT camp, Randane? You ever been to JIT camp in Florida, boy? To the CDC?
I've been to the tent before. What are you talking about?
You're
You know
soft.
what the temp is?
You're soft, homie.
You know what the temp is?
I'm just kidding. And sorry, I just need to ask you, bro.
Okay.
So how's the apocalypse treating you, fucking slaves?
Yo, JIT.
We're waiting for you to set us free, man. What's the good word? What do you think we should be doing? Who's
I
talking?
think we need to pay more taxes, and then we get more roads, and then we'll truck the coronavirus right out of here.
Oh
I
man,
understand
let's
being
don't
in
talk about
poverty,
paying
looking down for
taxes. I've
change.
already got heartburn over
Hey,
that.
God damn it! If Trump wants to get rid of the Second Amendment, you fucking quit your liberal sniveling and get rid of it.
If they want to get rid of my guns, I'm going to use my First Amendment, and I'm going to bitch about it.
Hey, if the
Are
First
you
Amendment is
fucking
standing in the
goddamn
way
cans
of
talking
America,
again?
if
Because
the
I
First
don't give a
Amendment is staring, get rid of
If
it.
you come
Goddamn,
for
I'm
my
tired of the
First
fucking
Amendment, though,
lies.
I
I'm
will
tired of
shoot
this
you with
fucking
my
cadaver
second.
shit.
I want the government to start issuing assault rifles to every citizen over 18. We might have outsiders thinking about fucking around. We better issue everybody weapons.
And that's a
Well, I mean,
mandate.
I think
What's an
that
assault
the
rifle? Is that like an
the
assault
Chinese
fork or an
people
assault
that are
knife?
koofing all over the
What
goddamn
makes it an
produce
assault
throughout the
rifle?
United States.
I'm sorry, did you say queefing?
Koofing.
And can you please clarify what that is?
It's
I mean, my
it's a cool form of coughing.
It's a funny way to say cough. But you're a boomer. You never get a
semi-automatic
joke.
Marlin 22. Would that be an assault rifle?
Assault rifle.
Nah.
The only people that have
It'd
assault
be an
rifles
insult
are
rifle.
military.
So my
It'd be an insult to get shot with it.
My Ruger Mini 14, would that be an assault rifle?
Absolutely not. It's a necessity on any ranch.
Rifle. That'd be a ranch gun.
Not enough plastic on it.
So my Rock River 308 AR, would that be an assault rifle?
It depends on whether you get.
That'd be a hog.
Did you assault somebody with it?
Sounds like a semi-automatic rifle.
So my Louisville Slugger is in an assault.
Only if you assault somebody with it.
Goddamn niggers
You
and the
better
goddamn
bend that
fucking
slugger.
goddamn people.
Burn
And
the
their
books!
So my P95 pistol is it an assault pistol because it's semi-auto, or is it a pistol?
I don't know what that is.
I think you have the freedom to call it whatever the fuck you want.
So my HK 40 cal fully auto, because I do have that license. Is it an assault weapon?
I'd say that's an assault weapon. But if you use it on anything other than 3-round burst, you're a faggot.
Nobody understands how stupid they are. Guns don't assault
Or
people.
have enough
No guns.
money for a lot of ammunition.
Pussy, shut up, dog.
So my BMG 50
You
is it an
soft
assault
loud.
rifle, or is it a
That's
Only
an
if
anti-material
used
weapon.
correctly.
It's fun as hell to shoot.
Anti-material.
It's fun to
BMG,
put them down range, but is it a 50 caliber
It's
rifle?
getting late. We're
Assault
about to
rifle?
sort out the drunks from the
Yo,
sobers.
no, you won't shit to me, eh?
The BMG,
Yo, cause
is
you
that
don't
a
want no
bolt
fucking
action?
smoke with a real.
I think that's bolt action.
Oh no.
Yo, cause your girlfriend already told you, bro.
Well, I'm drinking
kill
water
a
now,
dog,
Donkey.
you
I'm drinking
pussy.
water now because I don't want
Yo,
my
you'll
head to
get
hurt
touched,
anymore.
buddy. I don't give a fuck where you are, bro. You faggot.
I'm
Shut
drinking
the fuck
water
up.
now,
Personal
Donkey, so my
pronoun,
head doesn't
faggot.
hurt in the morning because I
You
don't want
won't
to be
talk
dehydrated.
no shit, eh? You pussy.
Donkey.
Shut up.
Ooh, it's about to get fun.
Oh, we just hit the fucking rocks. It's all over now.
All right, Brendan, you win.
1911. Why are you carrying a boat anchor? Did you say 1911? Did you say
That motherfucker
1911?
sounds like a broken
Why do you want
computer,
to carry
man.
a boat anchor?
Come on, what's going on
1911.
there?
Get out of here with that shit. 1911.
If we can't
Fucking
understand it,
1911. Fucking kid talking
Makes it
1911.
a great hammer.
God damn, 1911 boat anchor. Yeah,
Well, the
you
good
could
news-
fucking drive a nail in with it, or I guess hit somebody in the ear hole with it.
yeah, but
Blow your nuts off with it.
1911 feels really good in the hand, though.
Dude, you don't even know how to spell 1911. Fucking get out of here.
It's not a very accurate pistol. It's
a
fucking
fucking
very inaccurate.
45. How
Not a fucking
accurate do you
weapon I want
gotta
to have to
be?
rely
My
on.
lord.
Well, no, and Felipe's got a point. Even though that it was a Colt early on, the tolerances were very loose, and it was not a very accurate weapon. Now, however, in the later years, the remodeling of the 1911 and tighter tolerances, it was a formidable weapon, but still, it is a fucking boat anchor to today's standards. Now, I do have 45s in various brands, 6 Hour being the best that I like, and it's a nice round, but it's not a 1911.
No, 6 Hours is a beautiful piece of equipment. It's a balanced instrument.
Yeah, I've got a Sig 45. It's pretty nice. It's just it's a double stack. It's a wide hand grip. It's fun to shoot, but
P320.
Excuse me?
You have a P320, is that what it is?
No, sir.
Do you have a ghost gun with 100 frames per second clips?
You're about ate up with the dumbass.
That AR-14?
But he has batteries for it, so it's okay.
I heard ghost guns are the worst.
With firearms, you get what you pay for.
There's so many people in here. What are they all, journalists?
No, most of us are Jews.
I must have somebody muted. I'm not
not
picking up
Jews,
the
you mean
combo.
NGO people. Jews have always got to be affiliated with an organization.
I'm a instigative journalist.
They can't show up with their own name and their own voice. Their predisposition to collectivism is
Hey.
Is that your shit, Donkey? Are you that instigative journalist?
I've been
What you
known
gonna
to stir a
tell 'em?
pot or two.
No, that's some cat goes around identifying as that instigative journalist.
No, that's somebody way older than me.
How many directors of communication are in this fucking chat right now? That's your.
I don't know about docs, but we got a lot of D's.
These nuts.
Nope.
Hey.
Robot. Bad robot. Bad robot.
Micro Dinky, how's the Disneyland ticket sales going?
Mute that motherfucker.
Poor Microwave, he
Paid to
sells
shill
tickets
trafficking.
to Disney World, so he's kind of having a bad time right now. Is that right, Mike?
Oh, he's one of them fucking guys.
No, I'm actually
He is one of
an
those guys.
employee. I'm an executive
Oh, their
for
life
the
sucks
office of
so bad.
hotel branches. You don't know what I do, man. I just break your tax bracket every time I do shit. I'm on demand, bitch. Like page A to the B, A to the
Sucks
Z, bitch.
so
Ask
fucking bad,
questions
man.
about
Chilling.
me like you asked me to be. Nah, I'm like a samurai. I'ma do this shit in demise. I could just do this shit like tantalized shit. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Won't you shut the fuck up? Won't you go on figure?
A month ago, he was bragging about what a great job he had booking vacations at Disney World. How the worm has turned.
Hey, steal this book. Is this something that you find? What is it, Schadenfreude? Is that what it is? You gleefully stand in front of this man that has lost his
You gonna
job
throw
because
some
of what has
smoke on him?
happened in the last 3 weeks?
Absolutely.
Is that what you just said?
We must support the Hebrew agenda. Do you not
No,
understand?
you don't like him. I understand that, and that's fine. But
No,
what you
I
just
like
said,
him. I'm just a
you
Hebrew.
revel in the fact that
And
the
I'm
man
circumcised.
his job is completely collapsed. Is that what you did, Boomer?
Yeah, it's
Oh, Boomer Man.
it's not
Boomer Man's going
not
to
a
play
career or
golf.
anything.
Boomer Man's going to fucking
Man,
ride his
fuck
tractor.
that Boomer
Oh,
Man.
tractor that's paid for. Everything's
I'm
paid for. Isn't that
Jewish.
right,
I
Boomer?
have somebody else
Tell me,
play the
Boomer.
Fuck
game
that
Tell me,
for me.
fucking Boomer. Tell me how you made your goddamn living. Tell it. Oh, from my
I was born
bootstraps, nigga.
Jewish.
Tell me about
Was
your
it by
bootstraps,
buying
nigga.
the foreskins off of little children in New York
Hey,
City?
steal
Go.
this book. Tell me about your bootstraps. I wanna fucking send me a picture of those bootstraps. I'm gonna jack off on that fucking picture. I'm gonna send. I swear to God.
I'm Jewish.
If
I'm
you
wearing
send me a
silk
picture
slippers
of your
right now.
bootstraps, I will masturbate and ejaculate on your bootstraps, on the picture of your bootstraps, on camera, and I'll send it back to you. Give me your fucking bootstraps.
Mute.
Hey, steal this book. Steal this book. I mean, I want to see your
Mute.
bootstraps. Not my level. Not on your level, bro. I mean, what you mean? He's a retard?
No, I'm Hebrew.
But you don't seem like a completely uneducated person, ISP. So maybe you could have like somewhat of a conversation with maybe somebody more on your level.
Man, why don't
Someone more your speed, like a
why don't you
Rendang.
let a man fight his own fucking battles and shut up, fucking faggot?
Have you read the Torah?
No, I haven't read that. No. Yeah, like the Old
Good
Testament.
stuff. You get richer just
the
from
first
reading.
4 books. I don't know. Have I read it? I don't know. My first thing was, have I read the Kabbalah? No, I have not read the Kabbalah.
The Necronomicon, that says shit.
So the Jews from the old days are the same Jews as today.
Like, you mean they
what
never
about the
died?
Kabbalah? They don't follow that.
What about Cthulhu?
It's bullshit again.
What about the fact that Jews chose Washington State and New York State to subject them to the COVID-19?
I like it. I like it. That was good.
Let's take a global pandemic and my racism and mix it together. Yeah.
Paint dry. You sound like you're a saint's wife. Just push it talk and don't be a little bullshitter.
White power. White power.
Add your dumbass to the
White
muted
power.
list, Horace. Really?